What's up everybody, Andy Shea from Movement Reborn, and today we're going to be talking about the top 3 joints to better standing and moving posture. Now why I picked these 3 joints is because the ankles control the entire bottom half of the body, the neck controls the entire top half of the body, and the hips is literally between that will regulate the difference between the two. And 90% of the population has issues with these 3 joints, which is usually why we have so many different issues going on. From foot pain to knee pain, lower back pain, neck issues, shoulder tightness, all of these a lot of the times can be related to a dysfunction in the movement of these 3 basic joints. So let's dig a little bit deeper, okay? Now what happens is most of the time, not everybody, but most of the times, we have what's called ankle pronation, as in, if you look at these bones over here, many of the times the ankles pronate, as in it hooks down and inwards, which makes the entire foot dip down. That's why we usually have some type of flat-footedness. I notice when the ankles dip in, the knees usually buckle in, which is called valgus collapse, as an internal rotation of the hip. And when the hip is internally rotated, a lot of the times the glutes can't fire in this position. We stress out the knee joint a lot, so a lot of ACL issues happen because of overstressed valgus collapse. Now, when this happens, most of the times we try to get upright, which pulls our lower back into this anterior pelvic tilt, which means that we're overextending the lower back, and then the head dips forward, and then we hyperextend the upper part, but notice the neck is curved forwards. So this is a very typical posture that we usually stand in, and most of the times if we just reverse this, our posture naturally gets better, and there's better blood flow going onto the body. Things feel smoother, but it's going to be very awkward getting into this position. And I'm going to create a lot more videos to be able to stabilize each of these joints. So let me know in the comments below if you're looking forward to those videos, specifically which ones, so I'll film that first. So the whole idea of a good neutral standing posture is for our entire body to sit on its skeleton instead of all the muscles trying to pull the skeleton upright. The skeleton is already upright and the muscles just sit there to keep it that way. So here's my top cues in order to try and find good ankle alignments. So what I want you to do is find the tripod of the feet, and that is these 3 points. I have a specific video on the tripod in that link above, so feel free to watch that video and then come back to this. Now, the idea is that once you've found the tripod, you have this nice big arch within the bottom of the foot, and that is where the ankles, instead of hooking inwards or rolling to the outside, it's actually in that neutral position where if you see the shins is connected straight up and is not buckling the knee in or too far out. You want the knee to be just in line towards kind of like the middle to pinky toe, to middle to ring toe area. Once that's there, then it's not over tucking the hip. All I want you to do is just slightly take an exhale, and if you flatten your ribs a little bit, and then slightly tuck the pelvis under, that sets the hips in the right position. If you know how to brace your core, tighten it up just a little bit, just 5 or 10%, that's all you need. If you're just standing for a very long time, we shouldn't be bracing the whole time. It should just be moderately active. And when you tuck the hips under, usually this kicks in a little bit. Now, the last part is to be able to find that neck. So all I want you to do is take a breath, exhale, and then push that chin back in space. It's almost like you're trying to give yourself a double chin in the beginning. This might be foreign if we have this natural like forward head posture, which unfortunately 70% of the population do, including myself. So to reverse that, think that your chin is level to the ground and you want to keep it level and just glide it back. And you just hold that space. Then take a breath. Most of the times when we do this, the shoulders shrug up. So keep that position there and allow your shoulders to sit. This is the standing posture. Now, the idea when we're doing exercise and movements is to be able to hold the same space between these 3 joints in all movements that we do. Whether it is a squat, notice the foot is still stable, we're still moving through the hip, and the neck stays in this neutral alignment. Most of the times when we're squatting, the head comes up, or when we're deadlifting, and when the head comes up, we're gonna actually use the lower back to try and drive us through, and we end up in this position, which is pulling us out of alignment. Hence, the wrong muscles are used to do the right thing, and a lot of the times, wear and tear of that specific joint happens, and that's where things get a little bit nasty. So the next time you step into the gym, I highly recommend you to take a look at these three main joints: the ankles, the hips, and the neck. In my opinion, it simplifies things to pay attention to so that you don't have to overthink about 25,000 other things, but you will actually start overthinking about the 25,000 things because these are the three joints that's hardest to control. But many of the times, if we're not getting results, we're still hurting doing some movements. These are the three typical culprits. So I hope this video shed some insight to maybe why we have slightly suboptimal movement patterns, and hopefully it gives you something to clear up. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit me in the comments below. I'll do my best to reply or refer you to another video that I have filmed. If you'd like to keep updated with this stuff, that little red subscribe button, you know what to do. Andy Shit from Movement Reborn. Have an awesome day. Peace!